Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be taking a look at the best case scenarios for both the Joe Biden and Donald Trump campaigns in the 2020 presidential election. I'm going to be keeping this as realistic as I possibly can, so let's get right into it, starting with Joe Biden. Imagine he wins the national popular vote from anywhere from 8 to 15 points. This could be a map you very well might see. So starting out, we can label all of the states that would be safe in this absolute best case map for the Democrats: Washington, Oregon, California, Hawaii, Colorado, New Mexico, Minnesota, Virginia, New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. With all of these safe states, Biden is already at 219 electoral votes. That is incredibly close to the 270 mark. Now let's go through all of the likely states, which include Nevada, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and New Hampshire. And believe it or not, all 5 of these states, except for New Hampshire, which was just below the bar at lean, were all in the likely column for Barack Obama in 2012. So not just in 2008, but also in 2012, Nevada, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania were all above 6 points for Obama. This was just 8 years ago. And with all of these states, Biden is already above the 270 mark at 275. And next come the lean states, which are Arizona, Florida, and North Carolina. These 3 are effectively the 3 most toss-up states this year. But in this best case scenario, they all go to Biden by over 1.5 points in the lean margins. Polls would suggest that this is not just possible, but actually highly likely. Biden leads by 3 points in Arizona, 5 in Florida, and around 2 in North Carolina. So really, this map so far is really representative of polling data right now. Obviously, polling this far out from Election Day is not at all representative of what will go down on November 3rd, and thus it shouldn't be expected that these states are anything other than actual toss-ups in a normal election map video. But moving on to the tilt blue states: Iowa, Ohio, Texas, and Georgia. These are 4 conservative states that the Biden campaign believes they can make a strong play for this year. That being said, there is a distinct difference in the political paths of these states, as Iowa and Ohio have gone to Democrats in years past, but moved towards the Republicans last election, while Texas and Georgia have gone to Republicans in years past, but moved towards the Democrats last election. Most forecasts and predictions would suggest they all range anywhere from tilt to likely Republican, to which I would agree with in a normal map, but in this best case scenario, they all flip just slightly over to the Democrats. I have also realized, as I often do, I have forgotten about Nebraska and Maine, the 2 states that split their electoral votes. In this best case scenario for Maine, their 2 at-large electoral votes go likely, the 1st district goes safe, and the 2nd district goes tilt, all for the Democrats. And as for Nebraska, only its 2nd district would go tilt blue. And that does it for the states on this map that go towards Joe Biden. He sits at 413 electoral votes in his best case scenario, which will compare to Donald Trump when all is said and done. But why not fill out the red states and their margins as well? The states that will remain safe for Republicans no matter what include Idaho, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, and the rest of Nebraska, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia. As for the states that will go likely red, Alaska, Utah, Montana, Kansas, and Indiana, and the states that go lean are South Carolina and Missouri. Not much is there to be said about all that, so let's move on to Donald Trump's best case map. First of all of the states I just listed as not safe would become safe: Alaska, Utah, Montana, Kansas, Missouri, Indiana, and South Carolina. Next, let's deal with all of the tilt blue states. Texas, Iowa, and Ohio would become likely red, while Georgia moves to lean red. This is where these 4 states fell under in 2016, and being completely realistic, it's highly doubtful Trump performs all that much better than he did then. So next come all of the lean blue states. Arizona and North Carolina would move to where they were in 2016 at lean, while Florida moves into the tilt Republican column. I seriously don't see any of these states moving any further than lean for Trump this year. As for the likely states, Nevada could possibly move very, very slightly into the Republican column, so I'll do that. Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania will go tilt Republican as well, since that is where they were in 2016, and New Hampshire will join them since it only went to Clinton by 0.3 points 4 years ago. Finally, be happy with it or not, I'm going to move Minnesota into tilt red territory because of all of the data coming out of the state, signaling that it is basically even with the likes of Wisconsin and Pennsylvania in polling data and in forecasts. Nebraska's 2nd District and Maine's 2nd District would also move over to the Republicans at lean and likely respectively. So then we go to the states that will remain blue. Colorado will go lean, New Mexico will go likely, Oregon also likely, as well as Delaware. Virginia will go to the lean column, Maine statewide 2 electoral votes will go tilt, and its 1st district will go into the lean column. And that does it for Trump's best case scenario, with him garnering 326 electoral votes. And here you have the comparison between the two maps. You can pause and look at each if you want to right now. But I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure to like it down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out more content from my channel here as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and tune in next time. EP out.